Whenever there is a combination of the Idigbe sound and the Gonga drummers, then it means that the Oba of Lagos is expecting some important guests at Ebute-Metta Palace. It is an age-long tradition that has survived over time in the history of the Lagos Obaship. Today, the Oba of Lagos, His Royal Majesty Alayeluwa Obariwanu Aremu Oshualale Akiolu I, is holding court in his palace. Some aggrieved indigents have come to petition him over an unlawful takeover of their lands and jetties. Having finished stating their case, the Oba, a lawyer, former police commissioner, and one schooled in traditional norms and values, analyzes the complaints succinctly and deals with it firmly and fairly. From bitterness and anger, the complainants leave with deep sense of remorse, but in high spirit of conviviality. This is an everyday scene in Ebute-Metta. The way the Oba handles the cases makes his subject believe that he is truly guided by the ancestors he represents. Welcome to Lagos. No, not Lagos State. This is the Lagos in Lagos State. This, as the locals will call it, is Eko Gonga, the real Eko, Eko for show or enjoyment. Eko is a montage of life in its various perspectives. It is a city that leaves every first-time visitor dizzy. An amazing combination of rhythm and cacophony. How did this small island attract such a bloated population? Why is every business, that is business, sited at this central district? How did it even get its name?
It's a Portuguese word. There is Lagos in Portugal today. There is still Lagos in Portugal. Yes, they gave the name Lagos, and I would wish, and we tried at one time to name this Lagos Eko. Our forefathers know it as Eko, but is a name that has been glued us like a gum and paper. There is no way, in my opinion, that we now have reasons to change Lagos from Lagos to whatever. So Lagos is Lagos.
The story of the first inhabitants of central Lagos is as complicated as living in Lagos. Legend has it that the first settlement was here at Isheri, and that a certain hunter named Ogun was the first settler. As the settlement kept expanding, it spread to other areas such as Agboyi, Ogudu, Ebute-Metta and others. By the time Ogun got to Ido, he met a man called Olofin Atekoye, who ruled over Ido. Olofin Atekoye was indeed not the first settler at Ido. There was before him Olokpon and his wife Aina. Olofin Atekoye, who history said had 11 children, clearly dominated Olokpon and his wife. Intrigues on who will control the island played itself out when Olokpon's wife was accused of witchcraft and subsequently banished. In desperation, she ran to the ever-ravaging Bini warriors who were conquering kingdoms in their quest for territorial expansion. The Benis, commanded by Asheru, invaded and eventually conquered the island. The warriors took off from this point at Ido. At the death of Asheru, an Awori man called Fagbade took his body back to Benin. He was rewarded as the administrator of Lagos Island. When he died, the Oba of Bini appointed Ado, a Bini Prince, to rule over the island, thereby making Ado the first Oba of Lagos at about 1630 AD. From the reign of Oba Ado till date, Lagos has had 19 crowned Obas. With the coming of European explorers and traders, Lagos began to open up trade-wise. With the establishment of the Lagos port, it became the dominant trading post in the whole of the western region. This singular position began attracting people from all over Nigeria and beyond, as even returnee slaves and foreign merchants settled on the island. This is Obalende in central Lagos. It became the first major settlement for the Hausa people from northern Nigeria. Other parts of Lagos have similar settlements of different ethnic groups, many of whom have hardly even been to their hometowns. They have become Lagosians. This had indeed made it difficult to actually define who a Lagosian is.
If your grandfather was born here, your great-grandfather was born here, your parents were born here, and you are also born in Lagos, what else would you claim? You're not going to claim any other place except Lagos.
The person qualified to become a Lagosian is a very, very controversial question. I, as a monarch, I always tell people, you have the indigenous Lagosian, the offsprings of the white cap chiefs, the offsprings of the monarch. Then you have those who come to join us later. It is the blessing of our ancestors, the prayer they prayed on Lagos that Èkó, akéèti ìlú ọgbọ́n, arọ̀ ọ̀lẹ́gbẹ́, ìlú tó ń gba àjòjì ju ọmọ onílẹ̀ lọ. That is, Lagos accommodates visitors even more than the owners. But where those visitors says they feel that yes, they are now on top of the world, that you, indigenous Lagosians, go to hell, things will begin to go bad for them. That is the meaning of that one. But the interpretation which I, by the grace of God Almighty and the wishes of my people, give to the village of Lagosians is anybody who wishes the best to happen to Lagos, to me is a Lagosian.
Lagos encapsulates everything cosmopolitan, a blend of diverse people, diverse religions. As more and more people began to migrate to Lagos, the city kept expanding. From the original Isaliko, Lagos has spread to Victoria Island, Ikoyi, Lekki, Aja, and other new areas that are daily opening up. Access from the mainland to Lagos is through these three bridges. The fourth bridge is still being planned. In Lagos, everywhere is a market, some specially built, while others are simply contrived. This is the meat market at Sura. This market takes care of the meat and fish needs of those on the island. Balogun market is very popular when it comes to clothes, shoes and bags of all types. Idumota used to be the motor spare parts headquarters of Nigeria before the market relocated to the International Trade Fair complex. Today, the home video business has taken root in Idumota. This is the popular Ebimpejo Lane, known for film distribution and sales. Central Lagos is also the commercial capital of Nigeria. Most financial institutions in Nigeria have their head offices here at the marina. Eko has always played a vital role in Nigeria's history as a nation. As the former capital city of Nigeria, it had all the vestiges and relics of our past, starting from colonial to post-colonial era. This is the first Supreme Court in central Lagos. It was called the Court of Assizes. It has since been replaced with the Tinubu Square. The Tafawa Balewa Square, which accommodates the former National Assembly, holds fond memories of independence and transfer of power from one government to another. It is right on these steps that the former military government of General Olusegun Obasanjo handed over to the civilian administration of Alhaji Shehu Shagari in 1979. The defense building and the net buildings are still standing as vestiges of a former federal capital. As a city bursting on its seams with a population running into millions in just one small space, serious challenges of health and hygiene continue to engage those in authority.
We have a number of programs we put in place which we are going to continue with, especially those of them that have poverty alleviation potentials, and those of them that address programs relating to children and mothers' reproductive health. You remember that a number of these programs, some of them include, our free health policy free health program is going on, free malaria treatment is going on. We have the limb deformity program, generally addressing those kids who are poor with deformities. We have the cleft lip and palate reconstructive program ongoing. These are things that we find beneficial. The beneficiaries have been very we're encouraged by the turnout of people. We have the cardiac mission. Well, we're not doing a mission again this time around. This time we're going to build on what we have, like creating a cardiac unit, using the personnel available and building the facilities. We are trying to kill not two birds now, maybe three things in one day. We are building on what we have, the facility in Ikeja. We have personnel on the ground who can do cardiac surgery rather than bringing in people from outside. I want to build on that, provide the facilities for them to be able to do much more than they can do, as well as attract Lagosians, specialists outside this country to come back home to be able to contribute and to provide such facilities. That's the development of the cardiac mission we are doing.
Just like in health, the Fashola administration is tackling the nagging issue of security headlong. Many street urchins, popularly known as area boys, are being gainfully employed by the government.
All of us must move from the paradigm of I want to work in the office. People who maintain roads are paid for it. People who maintain hospitals are paid for it. Not everybody can wear a tie. Not everybody is attuned and gifted for grammar. So our mentality as a people too must look for opportunities where they don't seem to exist. And that is why we are here as a government to create those unusual jobs. We started, for example, a beautification program, Greening of Lagos. Right under the marina here, across and under the bridge, all of the miscreants that used to work there are now daily paid, working with the contractor and making money. And I'm also taxing them for the income that they make. Across on the third mainland bridge going towards Oworo-Shoki, Bagada, they're working there. Adeniji Adelelu, they resisted initially. I went there with the contractor. And I said, okay, we will keep your football field, but we have to build this place first. And you see, that connect, that engagement. They're working there, and I get weekly reports of progress reports every week.
Security is now tighter and the police better equipped and motivated. Perhaps the greatest challenge in living or working in Eko is the issue of transportation and traffic. Most times, it is such a nightmare that a first-time visitor will wish he or she never came to Eko. Added to this is the issue of patience on the side of motorists in this city. It is a virtue that has proven to be a scarce commodity. Eko is not only about traffic jams and nightmarish hold-ups. Eko is a special place to live in. The city arguably has the finest five-star hotels in the country today. Eko has the most popular beaches in Nigeria. Lekki Beach with its long stretch of sand and clear waters, and the newly rehabilitated Bar Beach. Lagosians know how to work hard and enjoy even harder. When the returning slaves from Brazil came back and settled in Eko, they came with two very important items: Brazilian architecture and the renowned Fanti Carnival. Every Christmas Day in Lagos, gaily and colorfully dressed young men and women troop out to join in the Fanti train. Fanti Carnival is the color of the real Lagos, and its fever has spread not only to Lagos mainland but even to other states in Nigeria. The Eko story cannot even be told at all without a cultural phenomenon called the Adamurisha play. The Eyo festival is the most glamorous of all Lagos festivals. It is a festival performed in honor of a dead prominent member of the Lagos society. Eyo festival has since become one of the greatest tourist attractions of the city. Eko is getting better and back to its lost glory. Roads are more pliable today, more are being rehabilitated daily. The marina will soon become green again, as regreening is seriously in progress. The government of the day has shown serious commitment in uplifting the living condition of Lagosians in all facets. It is the close of work once again in the city of Lagos. The traffic again, but life continues. Lagosians may be impatient, but they are tough.
Lagos people are very, very friendly people, very, very accommodating, but at the same time, no nonsense. Nobody can threaten us. We don't accept that. We are after the best. We are brother's keeper, and we accommodate everybody. But anybody to come around say that I'm going to impose this on you, no way. It has never happened, and it shall allow. It will not happen in my time. It won't even happen after me.
If you ever find yourself in this frenzy called Lagos, just shine your eyes, as the local parlance goes, because Eko Lawao, you are in Lagos.